Hi there, Maico.
Beautiful, Milo. I have to awake from this dream.
Yeah.
Nice playing.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to everybody on the internet, or good evening, or good afternoon. We are here in the European Guitar Room, and today we are talking about Fano guitars.
Yes.
Because we are now proud dealers of Fano guitars.
Official Fano guitar dealer.
Finally.
Finally, we've been trying to get this done for quite some time, and we're finally here.
It took a while, but they're here. And we have two models next to us right now, and they are the first to arrive. Many more to come, of course. Maybe we should talk a little bit about
talk a little bit about the history, Fano guitars, and Dennis Fano himself.
Dennis Fano, because he is really a household name in the boutique electric guitar building community. Yeah, a lot of people have heard his name. Of course, he's the one that started out Fano guitars. And he started in 2001 after working at Matt Humanoff in New York City. He started out building guitars for his own in 2001. He started out in Pennsylvania, Fleetwood, Pennsylvania.
Yes, in Fleetwood, Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
indeed.
Never heard of it. But he started out modifying Fender jazz basses, is what I read. Yeah. After which he started a line of guitars that's known as the Alt de Facto,
which you can find on this headstock.
Yeah, it's right over here. It's Fano's most popular lineup of guitars, and still is. I read somewhere that the inspiration for the Alt de Facto comes from that Dennis Fano liked to imagine a parallel universe where all the builders, guitar builders from the 50s and 60s all worked together in cohesion and created the perfect electric guitar. Yeah. And what did they look like?
Like this.
Fano guitars. I don't know if that's truly the case, but it's something I read. He started out building Fano guitars and gathered a lot of interest, and a lot of notable players started playing Fano guitars. Some names are Johnny Marr from the Smiths, and we also have Walter Becker
from Steely Dan.
Yep. Alan Partridge, Ecstasy, great band, love it really much. They all started playing Fano guitars, and the fire spread.
Yeah, so he's quickly getting a big name for himself, and a lot of players were attracted to the guitars that he was building.
I think one thing that attracted guitar players in Dennis Fano's guitars is that he really listened to what the musicians around him needed. You hear that a lot with the famous luthiers and how they get their start, that they really are talking to a musician out in the field just to listen, what do they need and what can I provide? Yeah. That went really quickly, but then not too long after, he quit Fano guitars.
2014, I believe it was?
Yeah, I believe in 2014 he really left the company that he sold the Fano guitars to. Yeah. And then he moved on to produce Novo guitars.
Which you might know as well.
And we also have in our store.
Yeah.
So he's now connected to the Novo guitar brand. Novo is now the only brand, as they say themselves, the only brand that produces guitars that are designed and built by Dennis Fano.
Yeah, true.
But that doesn't mean that Fano guitars suffered in quality whatsoever, because these two guitars really are phenomenal.
Yeah, because there is also something interesting about these two guitars, because the way that they built them is quite special, right? Because it's only one person who builds each guitar. Yeah,
it's a really small team of luthiers. Most of them are musicians themselves, and every guitar is only built by one person.
That's insane.
That's insane. That's sort of the Fender master build.
That's like master build custom shop, but well, we're not going to disclose any prices right now. No. But there's a big difference between what this would cost and a master build. So in favor of the Fano.
Yeah. That's right. And so you get a spec sheet and it says the name of the person who built your guitar, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's also pretty cool to be a player and have a connection with one person. Yeah. Because he built that guitar for you. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
I think that's really nice. And actually the person that built this specific guitar, which we'll talk about later, Graham Dowling, is now the owner of Fano guitars. He's also an ex-Fender employee and luthier. He's a great luthier. I've been playing this for quite a while before we started filming. It's an incredible guitar. So yeah, shall we just dive in?
Maybe you can exactly just explain, what are you holding?
So in my lap is a Fano Alt de Facto PX6 in a Olympic white finish. It's a light relic. It's really, really light. So you get
it looks new to me.
A little bit of crackling.
You can see some crackling under the light,
but I think you won't see that from afar. So of course this is a non-reverse Firebird inspired guitar, which is a really cool design, I think. What you get is a alder body, you get a maple neck, rosewood fretboard, you get a 24 and 3/4 inch skill length, so the Gibson skill length.
The Les Paul kind of skill length, okay.
Loller Imperial humbuckers.
Rollers.
Yep.
You see them a lot more in a lot of guitars these days.
Yeah, they sound fantastic. Tone Pros, bridge. You get a compound radius. It's actually 10 to 16.
10 to 16, okay, nice.
So shall I...
Yeah, just play a little bit
more,
and then we'll go to the other one.
I'll run through some of the sounds that this has to offer. I made a little backing track for myself.
Nice.
Only some of the sounds, but I think this guitar sounds fantastic.
It really does. Really balanced between the pickups as well. Yeah. Sometimes you get a mismatch between the neck and the bridge, but it's just lovely switching. Lovely
I like it a lot. I like these lollers a lot. Yeah. Plays really nice as well. It's so balanced as well. Everywhere you're playing on the fretboard, that's of course the compound radius.
Helps a lot with that. Yeah.
I really dig this guitar. Shall we move on to yours?
Yeah, let's go to this one because this one's quite a bit different, right?
Yeah. So right now it's a totally different model, inspired by a totally different guitar manufacturer as well. So we're looking at a Jazzmaster style. It's also a JM6. What's the same is also an alder body, also a maple neck,
rosewood fretboard.
Rosewood fretboard.
Very different pickups.
Yeah, these are the mini humbuckers. They are also lollers.
Nice.
Yep. You also get the longer Fender skill length, 25.5 inch. You get a floating vibrato. That's actually the
Descendant, right?
Descendant. Yeah. So you see a lot of mastery right now in a lot of builders, but I've never heard about the Descendant floating vibrato.
No, but it's also like a floating trem system.
It's
similar.
Yeah, similar. Yeah. So a Jazzmaster style floating vibrato. In a really nice Fiesta Red relic. It's a little bit more relic than the other one.
Yeah. I like the Fano F.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Fiesta Red shining through.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Cool.
Actually, it says right over here. Forgot to mention they are now building guitars from Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, instead of the Pennsylvania.
Fleetwood, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
And they, of course, Fano produces a lot of models right now, and we can order them. So if you're interested in a Fano guitar, please reach out. There's always someone here to help you out.
Yeah. If you have any special questions, reach out as well because we are able to get in touch.
Yeah. And there are some more models coming. and you'll see them up on the website pretty soon.
I'll hand this over to you.
Yes, sir.
So we can get some JM6 tones.
We'll start clean again.
Milo back, everyone. Nice playing, man.
Thanks. This sounds really different. It's got way more jangly, you know, Jazzmaster style high end, which I really like.
Yeah.
As well, neck pickup is really open.
Yeah.
That's what you also get with the mini humbucker, so it doesn't get muffled or anything.
Yeah, but a slightly warmer, round-ish tone to me.
It almost can sound sort of like a really fat Strat neck pickup.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's nice. Yeah. That's what what I like in Jazzmasters. But again, they are really balanced. This one plays incredible as well. This one actually also got a compound radius, but this is a 9.5 to 12.
9.5 to 12. Yeah, makes sense with the longer scale length.
Yeah, but sometimes you feel the difference really when you switch from a shorter scale to a longer scale. It feels stiff,
of course,
but that's not the case with this at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's really strange. So this feels just as slinky and comfortable to play as the PX6.
Yeah,
so
just to disclose, we do put the same gauge of strings on all guitars, so there's no difference there.
It's always tens.
It's always tens.
It's always tens. But yeah, we just wanted to give you an impression of how these guitars sound, tell you a little bit about Fano and the fact that we are a dealer
and
now.
celebrating that we're a dealer, exactly.
Yeah. So I think that's it for today.
It is. Thank you all for watching, and if you have any questions, let us know, and otherwise, see you next time.
Yeah.
Play us out, boy. Yo.